because the devil is crossing me.
And I'm driving back from the beach back to where I'm living, and I get out of my car and her bags are packed. She's on her way out. And old me would have written a haiku poem in blood and ripped my shirt off Hulk Hogan style, ran down the street and jumped over the fence, and that guy, climbed the hair up the thing.
Boombox in the air.
Yeah, boombox in the air guy. That's what I came up on. And something in me from having heard what I just heard, what feels like this is now I can't get no lower. I hear this like I can't call it. And it becomes like the most diplomatic breakup I ever had in my life. And I say, what can I do? And can I get you a car? And she goes, no, don't worry about it. Go get well. And I go walk into my house and I call my dude up and I'm like, man, I think this shit is working. Like, man, this is a miracle. Like, this is the most diplomatic thing I ever. And I'm in my meeting, I'm telling all the dudes, like, I think this program's really working in my life, man. And then I got 5 days sober and they're like, bro, I think you're pink clouding. Why don't you go to another fucking meeting, Jack? And I go on to this other meeting. Now, the whole time I've been doing this for the first 5 days, I'm on the phone with a lawyer. Like, look, this is true, but this isn't true. And I got receipts for this, and I'm not going to do this, and and I'm fighting tooth and nail. I'm on the phone with the agents, and the manager's like, listen, you got to believe me, and blah, 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 and doing that shit, right? And my sponsor's telling me the whole time, he's like, look, you're going to have to let go, dog. Like, the wind's at your back. Just let go. You know, all this, like, fighting and fuck around, like, let go, man. That's childish. And I'm hearing him, but I'm not doing it. You know, I'm on the phone with him, and I'm hanging up the phone, and I'm fighting this thing, and I got a lawyer who's like, you need to go to rehab for anger management. Because when you go to court, no AA is going to mean shit, you know. Addicts had already juiced that route for so long that it don't mean nothing. We need clinical receipts that you're doing something, right? And I'm like, I'm not going to rehab. I've always really, like, cultivated my brown bagger, right? Like, I don't like wearing new shoes. So this idea that I was going to pay all this money to go pet a horse and make a friendship bracelet, it felt like, man, this shit's like, that's not sexy. You know, I found AA for real. I'm really in my shit now. I don't want to go to this rehab. And
especially you don't want to go to it because somebody's saying that's going to get you off. Look, it's all about the intentionality. You got to not stop. It's not about not saying the right thing because you're worried about getting in trouble. You say the right thing because you believe the fucking right thing.
It's that, and it's also, I'd already done this.
Right.
I'd already gone to rehab, wrote a script, and played that game.
Right,
you know,
right.
And to focus,
and it didn't work. Man.
It didn't work.
It didn't work.
To focus on like my childhood trauma isn't where my problem lies. My problem doesn't lie in what people did to me.
What led you to a place with more wiggle room, and now you don't have it?
And I'm telling them, nah, I don't want to do this, you know. And I'm telling the lawyer, like, I don't want to do this. And look, yeah, this and this, and I'm fighting all this shit. And I sign on to this AA meeting. This is where I'm talking about like miraculous shit started to pop off in my life. And my dude sent me there because his mom was taking a chip for like 37 years. And the woman who took a chip right after his mother was the woman I lost my virginity to, who when I was 19 years old, I held a knife to her neck. And everything in that moment, it felt like I heard God's voice say, I'm everywhere. You can't run no more. And like my whole fucking, all my planning and like all this like, just went gone. And that really happened, you know? And I remember it vividly. And I wrote her in the chat box, like, did my dude tell you to come? Like, do you know this guy and this guy? She's like, nah, I'm in here because my people are getting chips, you know? But it's good to see you. I knew you were on your way here. You know, I hope you get it this time. And so I call my dude up, and he's like, bro, you got to let go. You got to let go in full. And I want to get in my car, and I drive up to Utah. And I'm in Utah for 3 months. And while I'm in Utah, they take my cell phone from me. And if they didn't take my cell phone from me, I was never going to be able to deal with what I needed to deal with. I had never known how to pray because I could never cultivate silence. I had no absence in my life. Every unforgiving minute was full of some fucking scroll or some more like ego feed, constant, nonstop rotation of this ego thing and that ego thing and just constant fulfillment of like my own personal desires. And they took my phone from me. And just for that reason alone, I would urge anybody to go this route if you're in a situation like mine, just to get the fucking phone out of your pocket. And what that gave me was time to like really assess what had been my operating systems, what had been like the motivational force in my life, which was always me. It was always ego. It was always
even the smallest decision to even go into food, to everything you eat,
everything was ego. Everything was ego. I would eat that not because it tasted good, but because it would do this or do that, you know. And So I was there for 90 days, and in that 90 days, I made a list of all these people that I had hurt, and I mean, a bunch of shit happened, but I came out and just hit the ground running, trying to make amends, trying to right these wrongs. This is also still a part of that. There's some people who don't want to talk to me, you know, and I understand that. And so my purpose now is to be patient.